In this video, I'm doing a commentary on a backgammon bot versus bot match. This is where I have XG play against itself, watch and learn from the transcriptions. One of the best ways to learn is by watching better players play. And XG is the best player against in the world, and when playing against itself, you have a world-class matchup, and the game is automatically transcribed, and you can go back and look at it and look at your errors and learn. And I'll show you how to use some of the features of XG to learn in this video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. With the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, I'm doing a commentary on a backgammon bot versus bot match. We're playing on a beautiful green Jeffrey Parker board with green and black points. Green is playing the checkers at the bottom. Green is playing the green checkers are at the bottom. White is at the top. These are with a thick metal ring bearing off to the left. It's a 5-point match. The XG board is made by Rain. He makes beautiful XG boards. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And here we go. So with the 3-2, this is set for advance versus advance. So it's going to make some errors just like that with a 3-2. Double 6 should make both bar points. And now double 3 is a good roll. Should make the 10-point anchor. And just like that, there you go. Now double 1's a little awkward. Can make the 5-point, but then he's going to have to shift to the 7 and 5. All right, 6-4. Plays breaking the 8-point. Now 2-1 will come down and play the 7-6. That puts the checkers where they belong. With the 6-5, breaks the 10-point. Makes the innerboard point. Now 5-4, leaves the ace shot. 4-1, good roll, hits and covers. 3-2 comes in with the 3, and the 2 plays behind, slotting the 3-point. 5-2 can play to the 5-point. Now he has 3 builders for that 3-point. Double 5 is a good roll, but he comes out there. So now a 5-shot. 2-1, no, makes the 3-point. Close race, not a double yet. 6-5 will play from the 17 to the 6. Now, green is looking for a large double, doesn't get it. 6-3 will have to break the midpoint. The race is too close for a double yet. 5-2 should come down, I guess, yeah. Now looking for 6-1 or 5-2, 5-1, close. All right, slots the next point. Still, the race is too close to offer a double. Now double 6 leaves a shot next, but it would gain a lot in the race. Double, still a take based on the race. Okay, and you take deeper at 5-away, 5-away. That's because letting the opponent get to 3-away is not much more valuable than letting them to get to the valuable 4-away score. And also you have strong retubes because a redouble will get you 4 points on a single game, and that'll get you the valuable Crawford score. That's one of the things you want to think about. 4-3 will run out with both checkers. So this is going to be unlikely a gammon. Green's going to bring the checkers around. When you're trying to save the gammon, you're going to try to bring all the checkers to the 6-point if possible. So now the race is close. If green can roll some more large doubles and get back in it. Double 6, that's one of them. All right, so here's where the value of owning the cube is good. Redouble, and it's a pass. That's why you can take, especially at 5-away, 5-away. Now it's a 4-3. Okay, 5-4. We just run. I think I would have run the other checker. 6-1 will come out and hit. 6-1 again for green. Play in and down. 6-3 makes the 3-point. Now 4-2 can hit and play another one down. Only 6-5 hits, gets to 6-3. The 3 is forced. The 6 is awkward. Now green has shots. 5-4 can hit twice just like that. 2 on the bar is better by far. 6-2 is an awkward roll. Can't double yet because of the lead in the match. Double 1. So make the 5 point. Hit loose. Probably wouldn't have played 6-5 on the last one. 6-5 dances. Now double. It's a much stronger position. Now green leads 3-0, 2 away, 5 away. The way score refers to how many points each player needs to win the match. So at 3 points, green is 2 away. At 0, white is 5 away. Now with the 6-4 comes down and hits. Could have also pointed on ahead, but didn't want to leave that shot. Double 2 will make the anchor and play down to the 11 point. 5-2 will come down and make the 7 point. It's called the bar point. 6-5 will make the 3 point. Now he's looking for 6-2 or 6-4. Double 5. Good for the race, but not what the doctor ordered. 6-2 makes the bar point. Blocks green in a little bit. Double 4 is a great roll. Come out and hit. 4-2 hits. Now green is looking for the undoubled gammon, and that's the perfect roll. 5-2 comes in with 1. Green is looking to attack and point on the 2 point. 5-1 will do that. Now leaves the block looking for a 2 note. Rolls a 6-4. Covering and hitting 4s are duplicated there. 5-1. Okay, makes the ace point, doesn't leave a blot. Dances with a 3-1. 6-3. Comes around looking for a 5-4 or 5-2. No 6-3 dances. All right, gonna make the point. Doesn't make the 2 point. Double 1 dances. Now, green is looking for the natural gammon, the undoubled gammon to win the match. The 4 is forced. The 1, all right, still has some shots. Double 3 is a good one. Comes in with 2 and, oh, I would have taken 1 off. 6-3 is going to come out trying to save the gammons. Now he's going to bear off aggressively within reasonable limits. 5-2 brings 2 out. 3-1 should bear off 2 checkers. There you go. 6-5, you get multiple crossovers. 5-1, bear off 2 checkers. Should have borne off the other one, I believe. Double 4. White may be able to save the gammon, but it's going to be tough. 4-2, it's going to clear the 5 point. No, leaves a shot. I don't think I would have done that. Double 4, 1 covers and makes the point. Now white's right back in it. 4-1 will come in with a 4 and play the 1. Still some gammon possibilities. You got to hit loose here. Now he needs a 4, 3-1, 4-2, but the 4 is good, but he'll have to play 5-3. Now white's looking for a 5. No, it was a 3-2, but the wrong 5. 5-4 will come out and safety the blot. All right, we'll need it. Entering number with a 3, doesn't get it. Green has some fly shots. 4-3 is one of them. Hits with a 7. 4s are duplicated to come in and hit back. Dances. Now the gammons are back on. 5-2 will have to run all the way in. Dances. May leave another shot here. 5-4 does. Now white needs a 3 to hit again. No, double 1. Double 6, another shot. But if he misses, the gammon is virtually gin. 4-1 misses. And that's going to be a gammon for the match for green. Now I'll analyze it. So we'll go through all the moves. And this shows the arrow, some of the features about XG. So you can look at the games one at a time by going here, game 1, game 2, game 3. One of the other things you could do is change the layout. So if you go to the panel and you could change it on the right, so it becomes on the right, and you could do it on the left. Okay. The other thing you can do, another thing you could do is do board only, Control-Alt-F. And then you can go and show the default layout, Control-Alt-N. Okay. So the analysis will be on the left at the bottom. It will show you all the plays. At the lower right, you can see there are different levels of analysis you could do, and there are 3 radio buttons at the bottom. You can select initial, which shows you the initial position, and you can click on the arrow, and if you select a play, it'll show you the plays for the with the arrows. So it brings 2 down. That's the best play at this score. I didn't know that. I thought the split would have been better. Let's see. Oh, no. Here it is. The split is at the top. And then you can also click the final radio button, and that'll show you the final position after the checkers have been played, and the dice will get lighter. So people like the arrow, so we'll look at that. The 3-2, the split is the right play. This is the wrong idea. Then the double 6 is a great roll. You make both bar points. And the double 3 is great. You make the advance anchor, make the 10-point, and slot the next point you want to make. The double 1, what did it do? 8-5, 6-5. So this was a little better than this. It is awkward to have a checker front loaded a little bit here. These are very close. And it's also awkward to have a stripped 6-point when you have a spare on the 7-point. The reason is you'd be willing to break the 7-point to make an interboard point, but not the 6-point. So that's a little bit better, not a big deal. All right, so then the 6-4, it was better to break this higher point here. Okay, that results in this position, so you make the higher point. After this, you have the points kind of deep. It's a little awkward there. Then the 2-1 comes down, and there moves that checker from the 7 to the 6-point. The 6-5 is good, clears that 10-point. The 5-4, it was better to just play 11-2, and let's do the plus analysis. So if you look at different levels of analysis, there is 3-ply, that's 2-ply, 3-ply, and then there's XG roller, 4-ply, XG roller plus, XG roller plus, and then you can do a full rollout. So that's the lowest level of the analysis, and the highest level. Usually the plus is the highest level of analysis that you can do pretty quickly. That's a truncated rollout. Okay, so the 11-2 was better, just safetying the checker. And then the 4-1 hits and covers. That was perfect. The 3 was forced, and the 2 could have played any of these. These are all very close. Let's see the plus analysis. Yeah, that was wrong. Virtually tied. 5-2 brings the spare checker here. So now you have spares on the 4, 5, and 6-point, which you can use to attack if you can. And the double 5 was a good roll, but it does leave that blot there. The 2-1 didn't hit, but at least it made the 4-point. And then the 6-5 safety that blot. The 6-3 had to bring 2 checkers down. And here it's not a cube yet because the race is close. You need a bigger racing lead. The 5-2, it likes playing safe because of this strong board. Now, you could see what would happen if the board were weaker. You can copy the position with Control-Shift-C for copy. Go to a new instance of XG and hit Control-V to paste. And it'll ask you if you want to save it. You don't want to just save this one. And now, like, let's say we keep the race the same, but change the board. So now there's a gap here. Now white can afford to bring 2 down. I think. Nope. It's a 35 millipoint error, but here's a 77 millipoint error, at least on, let's see on the plus analysis. Okay, so what happens is here, it's a 59 millipoint error to do that, whereas here, it's only a 35 millipoint error. So let's see what happens when you change the board. So now it's a 56 millipoint error. Let's just go all the way to here and put the gap on the 5-point. Now it's a blunder, but that's because of the race. So anyway, that's why I did it the other way. Those are the kinds of things you want to think about. All right, and then the 5-1 slots the point, okay? And the 6-2 plays safe. Notice it wasn't a cube yet. It was only a 3-pip lead. And then the 4-1 should have brought in 2 checkers here. Let's look at the top plays here. Yeah. You don't want to put this checker deep here. Okay, it results in this position. Not good for the bear off. You don't want checkers deep. You want checkers on higher points. All right, so this was barely a no double and still a comfortable take. So you really need a racing lead here. So here the lead is 6. So let's modify the position and see what happens. Let's give him an extra pip, just barely, and see what happens. Now that becomes a double. Okay, so that goes from 825 to 853. So You need a little bit more, okay? What would make it a pass? How much of a racing lead would you need? That's much stronger. And what if you strengthen the board? That makes it a little stronger for green, okay? But what if you make the race further? So now it's a 14 pip deficit. Now it's a pass. So this is the kind of exercise you can do to see how much of a lead white would need, or green would need to be able to take. Let's go back to the original position without the modifications and see, like, let's say there. Now, so that's borderline. So this is 88 pips and 11 pip racing lead. So there, that's 10 pips. Now 12 pips should tip it over. Okay. Now let's go to here and take a look at some other things. At 5 away, you can take deeper than for money. But here for money, it's a pass. Okay, so these are things that you do. You modify the score, and that way you'll learn a little bit about match strategy. Okay, so what about different scores in a 5-point match? Let's say white were leading 1-0, 4 away, 5 away. Now it becomes a bigger pass. Yeah, very big pass. Okay, the borderline take becomes a very big pass. What's the reason for that? Well, you can calculate take points, but all you have to understand is there's not going to be a lot of gammons. So if white doubles and wins a single game, white will get to 3 points, which is 2 away. That's a valuable score to get to. At the same time, if green gets 2 points, green gets to 2 points, so that's the 3 away score. That's an awkward score. So that's not much of a gain, not much of an improvement over 4 away or 1 point out of 5. Okay, so what if you're leading like 3 away, 4 away? Now it's a pass because then they'll get you the Crawford score. Now what if you're leading 2 away, 3 away? Now it's a big pass. Okay, so even if you're leading, you can still double. Those are the things that are good to do to learn. Okay, so that was a take. All right, and then the rest over here was pretty straightforward. 2-1, 4-1, 6-2 clears, 3-1. Doesn't really matter. You break the point. 2-1 brings in 2 checkers. 4-3, time to run, and then the 4-3 here. Yeah, you want it to bear off a checker. These are the types of errors that it makes. And here 5-2. So anytime you can take off a checker directly with a 1, 5, or a 6, you should. I think Danny Kleinman or Walter Trice wrote about that. So this double 6 was huge. And now this was a redouble, and it was a big pass. So that's what you can do. Let's see, this was a 4-pip lead in the race. 5 checkers off for both sides. So let's take a look here and see, would that make it a take? Nope, still a pass. What about here? Okay, so now we're talking. What about there? That's big. So I think if we just move 1 checker that way, that becomes a pass. So if you, let's say we make it even. So this is symmetric, right? Being on roll is a huge there. Now, if the race were longer and it's symmetric, now you're only 63%. So the lesson here is when the position is symmetric, the shorter the race, the better the advantage to the person on roll. Okay? That makes sense because here there's much more time for the opponent to catch up. So that was the first game. On to the second game. The 2-1 is a standard split. And then the 4-3 goes there. And then, yeah, This is the 5-4, should have hit here. Okay. And then we'll go to the 6-1. That's a good roll. 6-1 again, comes down. 6-3 makes the 3-point. 4-2 hits and comes down. Now the 6-3. Okay, so this was an error here, and this is a good thing to learn. So you look at this 6-3. The 3 comes in, that's forced, and then it's the 6. Okay, so they're basically 3 legal 6s. If you play this one, that results in this position, and now green can hit everywhere. The play that he made was here, okay? So that leaves green the initiative. Green can hit here with 6s, 4s, 2s, 1s, and can hit here with 6s, 5s, 3s. So basically every single number is good. You're giving the opponent the initiative, and especially with rolls like double 6 makes that point and probably brings another one down. Double 3 can hit twice and point on head. 6-3 can make the point on head. Okay, so you think about those rolls. The other option is to hit loose like this, and this results in this position. This takes away half the roll. Now, specifically, some of the things you can look at is, well, here there's a checker on the bar, so the opponent can dance. Well, how many numbers dance? Double 6, double 3, and 6-3. That's 4 numbers. Okay, so that's like 11% of the time. Here, there's no checker on the bar, so it dances 0% of the time. Now, look at how the dancing numbers play if you don't hit. So here, the numbers 6-3, double 6, and double 3 are really bad for green. Let's say you play like this. How do those rolls play? So those are the swing rolls. So we're going to see that on the dice distribution. So this is the resulting position after the top play. This is going to be play A, where you hit loose and put a checker on the bar. This is the resulting position after the selected play. Here. This is the dice distribution analysis. The panel on the upper left shows the resulting equity after the opponent rolls any of the 36 possible rolls, such as double 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, and so forth, with an average column on the right. The panel on the upper right shows the same thing after play B, playing 24 to 18. Now, these two are on a color scale. It's the same color scale where blue is good, red is bad, white is in between. The darker the color, the better it is in terms of blue, and the darker the red, the worse it is. Okay? Now, note these 4 dancing numbers. Double 6, double 3, and 6-3, which occurs twice, are really big. Also, the other 6s from the bar are big as well. The panel on the lower left is an equity difference heat map. So it shows the swing rolls. What it does is it takes the equity in the given cell on the upper right and subtracts that from the equity in the corresponding cell in the upper left. Now, in this heat map on the lower left, blue favors play A, red favors play B. So you can see those rolls, the double 6, double 3, 6-3 are huge, as well as the other 6s. The panel on the lower left shows the same data in a vertical bar graph. So you see the 6-3, double 6, double 3 are huge swings. And we can look here. This shows how they're played. So again, looking at play A, so you make this play, now green rolls, double 6, double 3, and 6-3 cannot move, but here they're really good. And you look at this, this shows it cannot move after play A, 6-3, double 6, and double 3. But in the other choices, you can make the 5 point, you can hit twice, and you can hit twice here. Those are huge swings. And then looking at the other 6s from the bar, so that's another thing you want to think about. So how do 6s play from the bar for green here? So let's say green comes in with a 5 or a 4 or a 1 and then has a 6 to play. It's not very comfortable. But here, now the 6s for green hit, okay? So you want to think about those kinds of things. Additionally, your rolls play better next. So we can go down here and look at the second roll. So this is the second roll. White's next rolls after green plays. So you see all the sixes are really good. Because what happens here after you hit, you roll a 6 next, it's really good because you can cover. So think about the opponent's next roll and think about your roll after that. That's basically what it takes to solve backgammon. In backgammon, just like in life, you don't know what's going to happen next. But in backgammon, you know there are 36 possibilities, 21 of them are unique. And in the next two roll sequence, there are 1,296 possibilities and 441 unique ones. You don't necessarily have to think of all of them, but think about the most common variations and see if you can swing things from your opponent's favor to your favor. And that's what happens here when you put a checker on the bar. The 6-3, double 6, and double 3 are those swing rolls, okay? So then the 5-4 hits twice. That was one of the problems. So let's go back and see here what happens with the 5-4. Where is 5-4? 5-4 is here. Okay, so that was a little bit actually in favor of the other one because you have to leave a blot there. In any event, then the 6-2 is forced. Double 1 makes the point, hits, and then let's see what the other one was. Yeah, the problem here is it leaves also double 4s. This one does not. You don't want this checker here, but this leaves a double 4 joker, which is unnecessary. Okay, so he danced, and this was a double, and it was a pass. So again, let's look at these on a different board and look at it for money. For money, it's a big pass. Now, the thing is, here, you're leading in the score, okay? And you've got some gammons. So it's a pass. If you were at 4-way, it would be a much bigger pass. It's even too good to double. But if you're leading 3-0 2-way, you don't want to do that because it's automatic redouble. Okay. So what about a 3-away 4-away? It's too good to double. You want to get to that Crawford game. Okay. So here we can go to dice distribution, Control-Alt-D for dice distribution. Click on the icon with 4 bars and then look at the graph. I double click this and then click after double take. So this will show you when you lose your market. A market losing sequence is a sequence of 2 rolls, one by one player and one by the opponent, after which it becomes a pass, but before it was a take. So if it's a pass, the equity will be greater than 1. A lot of rolls here, and this is half of it because it's only a single roll. But you look, double 6, double 5, double 3, 6-3, like all these rolls that just kind of like do a lot. There's a lot that does a lot, okay? What happens if... So what happens if this is the 4 points? That becomes stronger. Look at that. That becomes a take. And if it's the 5 point, it may not even be a double. It's barely a double. This is another valuable lesson in terms of the strength of the inner board points, the 5 point, the 4 point, the 3 point. Obviously, having a 2-point board is a 2-point board, but look at how much stronger the 5 point is versus the 3 point and even the 2 point. So when you have the 5 point, you can take a lot more, okay? So remember that. Now the final game, game 3, okay? So when you're down, you can afford to slot here. 3-1 was a good roll. 6-4 comes out. And 6-4 here. So here the idea was to hit twice. And that results in this. If you're interested in learning about hitting, I highly recommend Dirk Schieman's new book, To Hit or Not to Hit. It talks about the double hit. They say 2 on the bar is better by far. 1 on the bar takes away tempo, takes away half the roll. This 2 on the bar takes away the full roll, barring doublets. There's a lot less the opponent can do. Like here, there are a lot of return shots, but here they're actually fewer. Okay. Next was double 2, comes in, makes the anchor and comes down. 5-2 comes down and makes the bar point. 6-5 The 3-point, double 5 is not so good, runs all the way from the midpoint to the 3-point. 6-2 is good, makes the bar point. Double 4 comes out and hits. That was a great roll. 4-2 comes in and hits back. You really don't have a lot to lose when you have this deficit. But 5-2 was a huge roll. It's a best roll, and the 5-2 there was forced. Now you're going to try to attack. 6-4 comes in once. Now look, he makes the ace point. You don't want to leave blots there, especially you don't want to leave the double 4. The 6-3, this was the right idea. Okay, that results in this. Just one blot. You don't want to leave too many blots here. Now you can hit with 5-4 and 5-2. Okay, and then if you're hit, now there are other blots. 6-4 safeties both checkers. 4-1 clears the point. And the double 3. Oh, so they're yeah, you could take one off like that. You really want to do that. That's going to win some more gammons, and that's what you want to win the match. And here, yeah, it didn't really matter much. And let's see, the 3-1 born off 2 checkers. 5-2 should have taken 2 off here. The double 4 should have made the 5-point that resulted in this position. So green came in and then was hit loose there. 4-2 breaks. 5-4 safeties and comes out. 5-4 could not hit. 4-3 was a good roll. And then 5-2. And that was it. That won green the gammon for the match. So that was another really instructive bot versus bot match. Again, watching the 2 top players play, this is actually not the top settings. I set it for advanced mode, so it actually makes mistakes. You can change that. The benefit of this is you can look at it, you can go through each play, and you can make modifications. You can change the score, you can do the dice distribution. There are a lot of tools that XG has that you can use to learn from. And what you do is you use these tools and you analyze it and you study. You should study your matches at least twice as long as it takes you to play the matches. Now, a lot of the times, a lot of the positions are straightforward, but the ones that you're unsure of or the ones that you got incorrect, you really need to look at that, modify the position, look at variants of that position, study, and then you'll really kind of drill that into your head. Additionally, when you're looking at matches, you want to look at the score, change the score, and see how that changes things. Sometimes it's not a double at one score, but it's too good to double at another score. So this is a great way to learn with the backgammon bot versus bot. This is good if you don't have the energy to actually play yourself. You can just watch and you can learn. So it's an exercise that I highly recommend. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on it. With the membership feature, you can get exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.